Welcome to Excel. It's a Microsoft product. It's their spreadsheet software, and your activities for this assignment are located under topic 10, basic spreadsheet functions. Giving you a little bit of information here to tell you what a spreadsheet is for. And there is some other commands that you can find under this Microsoft Excel help. You can download that, take a look at it. First activity is a time budget. You're going to download a worksheet here, which you will reproduce using Excel. I don't mean fill it in. I mean actually make the worksheet so that I could print it out. Your version doesn't have to look identical to this version, but you need a picture, and you need a picture. And you see that the size of this font is bigger than this font, which is bigger than this font, which is bigger than this font. So you need about 4 different sizes of fonts. You're going to need some underlines, a couple of different columns, and you'll see that organization of your document is probably your main concern. You can download this if you want. I think I have some copies as well that you can grab. And the next step, I guess, would be opening Excel. You might find it just a standalone program. It might be in a folder called Microsoft Office. Wherever you find it, open up Excel and choose a blank workbook. This workbook has a single worksheet, and this is the basic document. This is a column, this is a row, this cell is A1, this cell is B2. The cells are going to contain some data. Data can be a text, or it can be a whole sentence, and it can be very long. And another cell can also have text. It can also be very long. And you'll notice that the one cell does not bleed into the next cell. They are separate. If you want to make them fit, you can double click this little divider line and it'll automatically fit it, or you can adjust it as you see fit. Alternatively, you can have some numbers for your data. Or you can have symbols for your data. That gives you a problem. So if you want to have math symbols actually show up as text, you have to add an apostrophe before. This tells Excel that you've intentionally added text, but it will not display the apostrophe. On your form, you'll notice that the beginning thing would be date, so you would write that in. And you notice that there are some lines. So perhaps you'd like to add a border to represent these lines. And then we have the title. And then there was a picture. Well, you can go off to Google Images and borrow one from there. Or you could save the image, I guess. Well, I've now got the image in the clipboard, so to get it out, I could try doing that. Sometimes it doesn't work. but if it does, you just click the button. Alternatively, since I've saved it, I can grab it out of pictures right here. And I can resize it just like Microsoft Word. The cool features of Excel is it will allow you to fill down, and it will automatically increment your numbers if you use the fill handle. I think I've gone too far here, since I only need to make it to 1 o'clock, which would be 1300 hours. So I can delete those by hitting the delete key on the keyboard. And I just did a copy paste there. But I think I've got the hours wrong here. This should be 2 o'clock, so that would be 3 o'clock. I can make Excel do a simple adjustment there. And maybe I want to turn that actually to 1 o'clock, so I'll just enter it in. To make the changes, I have merely been typing, but if I want to do the adjustment up here, I could have done the adjustment up here, and I'm just hitting the enter key to say yes, I'd like the information to be in that cell. But I can also click the enter if I'm quicker than with the mouse. That works as well. Increasing the font size, you can accomplish it right here. That's a pretty quick way to do it. You can also adjust the actual style of the font if you want. And anyways, you start to see that it fills in pretty quickly. There are different commands in this area here. If I want to rename it, I can accomplish that here. If I right click it, these are all the options I have. What else can I do? If I'd like to print this, I probably want to select the area that I'm going to print, and under page layout, this is where you set the print area. And I start to see that I have a dotted line here. This indicates the first page of my document. Let's make it smaller so I can see where the page ends. And I would believe that I have a page right here and a page right here, which is going to be a problem. But if I go and look at the print screen, it'll show me that I do indeed have 2 pages. There's the first page and there's the second page. And that's just terrible. So I'll escape out of there and go and fix it. I know that that's on 1 page. I can move it over, and then I could readjust my print area, or I could leave it there. And if I decrease the scale, notice that that line will move over and it all fits on 1 screen. Control P will show it to me, and there we go. I'm on one size, or 1 piece of paper, which is the perfect size for this assignment. I have asked you to give me a screenshot, so you could hit the print screen button on your keyboard and that would give you this whole page, but we can be more accurate than that by opening up Windows Snipping Tool. That is located under Windows Accessories, and I'm of course using a different operating system than you. I think this is Windows 10. You guys are probably using Windows 7. Anyways, I'm going to do a little search and grab it. But for you, you'd probably find it under Accessories, and it'll still be called Snipping Tool. To use this, either click New, or it'll automatically open in a screen that looks like that. And you just draw a rectangle around what you'd like to see. I've actually done this wrong, so I'm going to try again. I've asked you to show me how many pages yours is, so I'll make sure that I grab this part of the screen right here. That part right there. That is evidence that you've accomplished the task correctly. And you just save your file. What did I ask you to call it? Let's go take a quick look. Schedule and your name. So for me, that would be excellent. I'd save that and move on to activity 2, your monthly expenses. So we can do this in the same file. Just open up another worksheet in our workbook, and this activity says create a budget worksheet listing your monthly expenses, the accounts, income, transactions, budget categories, and you're going to save the file as budget, your name. And this extension is an Excel workbook. I guess I'm not doing that because I've done both of mine under the same book. If you wanted to save in here, you do it right there. The budget. So I need a title. Need a title for the column. And I'd probably set it up like this. But you do not have to. You can do it however you want. Best way to look at a budget is to, since you're probably not spending too much money in your current state, is to imagine you're about 25 years old. And what would life cost you? It's pretty hard to make more than about $4 grand in a month, so we'll try and keep your total amount under that figure. Categories are probably shelter, food, entertainment, maybe transportation. And if any of these need some more items in it, for example, you probably would have rent, insurance. Oh, maybe I don't need this third one, so I can get rid of that. Food, maybe groceries. Maybe I also like to go to the restaurant. Entertainment, perhaps I like to watch movies. Maybe I would like to watch them at the cinema. And maybe I'd like to watch them on Netflix. Transportation. Maybe I've got a monthly payment. Maybe it's a lease. I'll probably also have some insurance. Maybe I have some fuel. I won't say gas because maybe you're using biodiesel. Who knows? You probably also have a cell phone. Columns under utilities. Maybe you've got home internet. Anyways, all these would have an amount. You do a quick Google search for this research. Canadian monthly rent amount. Cost of living in Canada. Let's see what it has. Anyways, it's got a bunch of things in here. You could read them. I'm sure it's pretty accurate. I'm thinking you're probably going to spend about $1,500 in a month, and your insurance, probably just for the contents of your apartment, probably be about $100. Groceries, maybe $200. Restaurant, Subway is probably $10. Maybe do it every Friday. Go to the movie theater, it's probably going to be 15 bucks. Maybe do that every Sunday. Netflix, about 10 bucks a month. Transportation, maybe $500 a month for your car. Maybe you don't have a car, maybe you use the bus. Maybe use West Coast Express, travel from Mission down to Vancouver for your work. I think that's about $300 a month. A little bit cheaper. Insurance, probably about $200 a month, it'd be $1,200 or $2,400 a year. Ladies have cheaper insurance than the men at $25. Fuel, if you got to drive to Vancouver every day, $100 a month. Cell phone, hopefully you have it bundled so you don't have to pay for your internet, but maybe you do. Maybe you have TV. I have no idea. Anyways, there's your quick budget. You probably give yourself a little title. Maybe you don't want your title here at all. Maybe you want to write it in there. You can accomplish that. Make those bold, just right here. I hit the control button so I can make multiple selections there, and I'm going to make things bigger at the same time. Maybe I underline them, make them all fit very nicely. And there we go. It's a quick budget. Same as I did before, I probably want to set the print area for this worksheet. Take a look at what it looks like if it printed out, and it's almost beautiful. There we go. I have snipping tool still open, I might as well use it. And this one I don't really need the evidence that it's a single page, so that'll suffice. Save it. What was this assignment going to be called? I asked for budget and your name. There we go. And then to hand it in, you can just go over to your email client. Post some new mail. And my email is greg.mcneil@mpsd.ca. This assignment, courses, computers and communication grade 8, and the assignment is Excel and just mark my work. I'm going to insert a couple of photos. And upload. There's one. And do it again. Grab the other one. Oh, did I call that again? Schedule. There you go, and you just hit send, and I'll receive it, and I'll give you some marks. Enjoy.